Hello, my friends, my family, and my fans. I'm Andrew Ditch. I have been diagnosed with autism and intellectual disability. Today's video is to clear a few things up for people to understand what a disability is. You guys can't see this, but I'm using my device and another way of being able to communicate. So not only can I say my greeting, my intro.
Hello, my friends, my family, and my fans. I am Andrew Ditch. I have been diagnosed with autism and intellectual disability. Today's video is to clear a few things up for people to understand what a disability is.
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, that is one way that a person can use a communication device to help them communicate what they're trying to say. And this is where a lot of people misunderstand a communication device and the purpose of it. Okay, so I'm going to go on to I'm going to be using, let me rephrase. So I'm going to be using my device and I'm also going to be reading it. So I'm going to use both to explain to you guys what I'm trying to get at. So the whole goal of this is to educate and others on disability and what a disability is so they can better understand a disability and not make assumptions. That's my goal of this video. A lot of people misunderstand disability. They think that if someone needs help with eating, drinking, wiping, showering, then the person can't possibly know what they need help with. And that is not true. People confuse physical and processing limitations with awareness. But in reality, many disabled people know exactly what they need help with. The barrier is motor skills, sensory processing, sequencing, executive functioning, not intelligence. Being able to repeat what a doctor says or explains your needs does not mean you can physically or cognitively perform every step of daily living independently or be safe alone. It does not mean you understand the things you tell others.
Support needs and self-awareness can exist at the same time. This is true for autistic people, people with intellectual disabilities, people with ADHD, people with motor planning disabilities, and many others.
I live with autism, intellectual disability, ADHD, expressive receptive language disability, central auditory processing disability, and tics. These affect my daily living skills, my sequencing, and the ability to complete tasks without having support.
I can tell you I need food to eat, water to drink.
Let me slow that down. That's a little too fast for my processing speed.
I can tell you I need food to eat, water to drink, and what kinds of foods I should eat and what kinds of foods I should not eat. but I am not able to recognize hunger or thirst.
That's still a little fast for my processing. Give me 1 second. I'll go down one more.
I can tell you I need food to eat, water to drink, and what kinds of foods I should eat and what kinds of foods I should not eat, but I am not able to recognize hunger or thirst. That's part of my disability. To combat this, I need to have a routine to help me eat at regular times. I also need to help with someone making portion control to help me with the proper size to eat based on my calories. I need help with planning and making decisions on what meals and foods to eat. I need help with budgeting and shopping. I know I do not like soft and mushy foods like mashed potatoes and oatmeal. I know I do not like slimy foods like some jar peppers and foods. I know I love crunchy foods. I know I love green beans and broccoli. I know I cannot eat shellfish and whitefish. I know I love spinach and salads. I don't like turkey or pork. I like chicken. Drinking whole milk or 2% milk is needed to help burn the fat in my body. I do not like this milk as I rather drink fat-free milk due to texture. I have so many choices I can make to eat meals, but it is too overwhelming. I need help.
Yeah, so can someone give me a comment in the description below and talk about what kind of foods you like to eat? And tell me what foods you don't like to eat. And we'll have a discussion about what your preferences or likes and dislikes are far as foods go. And that will help you guys understand that just because you have a disability, you can still have a preference of choice of likes, dislikes, wants, and not wants. Just because I use AAC and need help with daily living skills does not mean I can't understand my needs.
People who are non-speaking get forced into guardianships all the time when they may not need a guardian or 24-hour care even. Being unable to speak using your mouth does not mean they are stupid, unable to care for themselves, unable to eat, or unable to know what they want or don't want. In fact, people around the person who is non-speaking assumes this. Most people who are non-speaking can tell you what they want and don't want. They can also tell you how they feel and make an opinion on something.
You can also be legally incompetent and still know what you like and don't like. And you can still have an opinion on something. And you can still have a say in what you would like and don't like. And some people who have that ability and need a guardian because of incompetency are actually people who need protections and the care and assistance in making sure things are done to their likings and dislikes, and so that they have their needs met as well, and that they are safe from themselves and others from their bad decision making. It's like a child. You're a child, and your mom tells you gotta go to school, and you don't want to go to school, well, that means that your mom is making a best decision for you and saying you need to go to school. She may tell you you can't talk to that person because they're not a good friend. That does not mean you go talking to that person, and your mom may need to supervise you to make sure you don't go talking to that person that she said is not a good friend. So that way there you can be safe. A mom may lock the front door so that you can't go outside without supervision. A dad may put parental controls on your devices to keep you safe from sharing information or being exploited from other people because you don't know any better.
People who can speak using their mouth and talk about laws, their health care, and scientific terms does not mean they are smart or know how to take care of themselves or protect themselves. They may have a disability, or like myself who can speak using my mouth, does not mean my voice is reliable, so I can use AAC and need others to ask me questions to verify something. Like my psychiatrist today asked me questions sometimes unpredictable of the same question she asked me earlier. That made me confused. I think I said the same thing. She asked me questions and wanted to clarify information. Guess what? She understood me. Just because I need this help does not mean I am regressed or stupid or shouldn't be able to do something. It just means I need help with things.
Other examples of disabilities to explain further information to support things. A person in a wheelchair may know they need to go to the bathroom but unable to transfer. I have to reread that. Sorry. A person in a wheelchair may know they need to go to the bathroom but need help transfer.
A person in a wheelchair may know they need to go to the bathroom but still need help transferring.
A person with epilepsy may know their triggers but still needs supervision for safety. A person with dyslexia may understand a story but still need help reading the words. A person who is blind can still read using Braille. A person who is deaf can still hear others using other forms of communication, such as sign language, AAC, writing, or closed caption. A person with autism and is sensitive to noise can still go to concerts. A person with intellectual disability can still live by themselves.
A person with intellectual disability can still live by themselves. A person with schizophrenia can still work and live normal life. Awareness does not equal independence. Communication does not equal physical ability. Understanding does not equal motor planning.
Intelligence does not equal competent. Disability is not about what you know, it's about what you need to live safely with dignity.
My goal is to educate, not argue. Disabled people deserve understanding, not assumptions. If you're interested in disability topics such as treatment, support, accommodations, and rights, like this video and subscribe for more inclusive content. I will talk to you on my next video.
So, I have one question I said earlier. What is your foods that you like and what foods you don't like? I also have one last question that I like you to ask in or answer in the comments. And that question is, if you can't eat, what do you do? Who do you go to for help? If you can't afford food and you don't have any food, where do you go to get food? How do you go getting food? How do you eat food? Let me know in the comments down below, because food, medicine, water, and shelter are human rights. And there are a lot of people in America who don't have a place to live, who don't have their medicines to take, who don't have food and water, and need to have those things to survive. So just remember that. And then there are people who want help. But then there are people who refuse to help. And that is the problem we have in America. And we need to have understanding and acceptance of mental disabilities so that way there people feel comfortable and being themselves and who they are, and stop trying to make people fit into one box because you have assumptions, because you don't understand disability. And that's why I will repeat this again.
My goal is to educate, not argue. Disabled people deserve understanding, not assumptions.
And let's have a discussion about this in the comments. Please keep it clean and not argue, and not make assumptions, and not make accusations or rumors.